Hey everyone, marhaba.
Our next family of letters,
Ra, Z. We call them family because whenever you start learning Arabic letters, you need to do it in a group of families, since each group have the same body letter. The next letters, Ra, Z, are a family of letters that are written the same way.
for this family of letters, you only need to know how to write the body of the letter. Then positioning the dot for the different letters is easy.
How to provide the measurements for these letters? This is so important. Even if it's not going to be to the millimeter, there is a trick for that. I always use alif stick. I don't really write it down as in this example, but I try to imagine it next to my letters to have a reference for my measurements so that the letters don't appear small or big or disproportionate to each other. With the alif stick, we are going to use it as a reference. We divide it into 3 equal parts. Later, with more practice and confidence, you will be able to see that one letter is bigger than another, without having to use alif for the proportions.
For this video, let's keep the height of the previous letter, del, marked on the alif stick. That will help us get a sense of proportion and compare it with other letters. Next, we're moving to a new letter family,
Ra, Z.
These two letters belong to the same group, and they share the same basic structure. The good news, they're both really simple to write. Let's start with Ra. We begin by dividing the first part of alif into 2. From there, we create a curved line, like a portion of a circle moving downward. Now pay attention to this part because it's a common mistake. Many students start Ra from the line going down. That's incorrect. The letter must begin above the line. You start slightly above the baseline and then curve downward. This detail matters. We'll come back to why later on. So again, Ra begins from above, curves down in a smooth, round shape, almost like letting go, a soft release into a curve. It should feel like a flowing motion. Let me show you quickly. It's almost like drawing a gentle line in one go. That's the basic Ra. Ra can appear at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of a word. Next, let's talk about its second form, which we usually see attached in the middle or at the end of a word. In this form, we start on the baseline, but then we go up a little, up to the middle of the alif stick, and then curve back down, following that same rounded form. Why is this little upward movement important? Because if you skip it, Ra starts to look too similar to other letters, and it becomes hard to tell them apart. This is especially true when you write Nun. It needs that upward motion before curving down. It makes the letter not only correct, but also aesthetically much nicer. So remember, go up a little first, then curve back down. Now let's move on to the second letter in this family, Z. Z has the same body as Ra. The only difference is the dot. But here's the important part. Don't place the dot randomly or centered. Follow the extension of the main stroke. Imagine the line of the letter continuing, and place the dot along that natural extension. Just like we did with del, not in the middle, but at the end of the flow of the letter. And that gives us Z. Let's talk about pronunciation for a second. Be careful. Z is not pronounced like S. It's a voiced Z, like in English. You need to feel the vibration in your teeth. Z, Z. For Spanish speakers especially, this sound can be tricky because it doesn't exist in the same way.
Remember to practice more. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. مع السلامة.